Welcome back, everyone. Sheepdog Smokey here, and this is apparently becoming the only issue for Democrats this year and next is impeachment. But apparently, they've now tipped their hand a little more and are admitting they've already started the process. Although we've seen from from countless Democrats the call for it, and many have introduced articles of impeachment in the House, but have failed for for a little over 2 years now. And of course, they always blame Republicans for not obeying them. They blame the Senate for not having sacrificed seats to give them a majority. They blame Trump for things that did not happen. And they blame regular Americans who voted for Trump for being racist or sexist or Nazi or whatever else they come up with. It's a broken record, is all it really is. Schiff has admitted in the last several days that impeachment will fail in the Senate. They know from the 1990s that even though Bill Clinton was impeached for perjury, and for those who want to claim he was impeached because he had an affair, no, he was not. That's not illegal. Perjury is, and he was impeached for lying under oath. He was censured, not removed, but his supporters rallied because they saw the GOP as evil and targeting him for impeaching him for lying under oath. The mere fact that anyone can listen to a president say, well, it really matters what the definition of is, and actually still support him is beyond me. But Democrats are playing a very dangerous game. If they impeach and it fails, which it will fail in the Senate, then they're simply going to be yet again proving their mindset of winning an election when you're a Republican is a crime. They've tried for over 100 years now, almost 100 years, to impeach every GOP president since virtually Eisenhower. And we're probably not too far from one of them, although they'll be denounced by the rest of the party, from one of them actually admitting Republicans are so corrupt and so evil that there is no way they can legally win an election. So if they win, that's all the proof we need that they cheated. They're fighting against the citizenship question, which they know should be on the census because the 26th Amendment states that only U.S. citizens age 18 or older are allowed to vote. And they know that should the citizenship question be asked, that it will be proven there are more registered voters than legal voters in states like California or New York or Washington and Oregon. They know that their numbers in the House will be diminished because representation is based on citizens in your state, not warm bodies. And they can't see any way around it but to, once again, go forward with impeach this president because we want power. It's honestly kind of amazing at this point. A body of government that is populated by so many attorneys who can look at a situation and honestly tell you that not guilty is a thing, or the accused must prove their innocence is a thing, or Mueller finding no collusion and no evidence of obstruction is collusion and obstruction. The sheer number of so-called attorneys who can actually say we have the power to impeach because we want to. It boggles the mind. Honestly, I believe had the Democrats managed to take both houses, we would have seen Mueller told, wrap it up, we're impeaching now. And there would have been nothing but a kangaroo court show trial in the Senate. And they're running scared now. You see, under President Obama, people like Schiff admonished him to make everything he could public information. But now that Trump is legally, under his power as president, allowing the Attorney General to declassify information the Attorney General feels should be declassified, they're running around screaming that declassification is stonewalling. This is literally someone saying, giving me what I've told you I want is now wrong. But what they know is that Barr is going to declassify certain things that they don't want declassified. They are bound and determined to keep evidence of the FISA abuse, evidence that the Steele dossier was crap, and so much more secret. And it's going to backfire on them. It's going to blow up in their faces, and they're going to be left with so little power that they're going to be reduced to talk show guests railing about how their vote was overwhelmed and negated by the tyranny of the majority. Pardon me. Notice that when they have a majority in either chamber of Congress, they are all about, well, we won the majority. We are the majority. We are the majority party. But when they lose the majority, it's a tyranny of the majority. All of it needs to stop. I've said many times to many people, vote for who you feel will do the job the best. Be it Democrat, Republican, Independent, doesn't matter. I tend to vote Republican, although I have voted all three options, because I don't look at their party. In Texas, I'm not required to register for a party other than to vote in a primary. But I listen to how they answer questions, and questions asked, like was asked of Senator Kamala Harris at her town hall, whether or not felons in prison should be allowed to vote from prison. Her response was, well, we can have that conversation. You're at a town hall, Senator, have the conversation there. I listen to people like that, and I instantly realize they do not deserve my vote. Now, granted, Senator Harris is not a Texas senator, thank God, but the mantra plays out the same. You see, Robert Francis O'Rourke, just last year, ran around the entire country gathering up money from everyone he could to try and unseat Ted Cruz in Texas. Everything was border walls are racist, and this is racist, and this is racist, and this is racist. He had zero policy standpoints. And when he was asked questions, he would give the standard Democrat politician answer of nothing. So I didn't vote for him. It's very simple. We have had for multiple decades a Congress filled with people concerned only about lining their pockets and consolidating their power. And we now have them openly demanding that the president, who Robert Mueller said did not collude, and Robert Mueller said there's no evidence of obstruction, they're demanding he be impeached for not breaking the law. Of course, they got to him, and he came out in his first press conference that basically saying the president is not guilty. And he had to give a second statement basically saying that that entire time I was talking, that's all wrong. Because he rightly realized that saying that puts him in a position where he can be held accountable for his words. And he doesn't want to be. So he clarified, saying not guilty is not a thing, and so on and so forth. The Democrats are, sadly, going to move ahead with impeachment. It's probably eventually going to pass the House. And it will fail spectacularly in the Senate. And as more and more people see the process, as more and more people see that this is literally impeach because we want to and that's all there is, the Democrats are going to lose more and more support. And that's not a bad thing at this point. Democrats are literally the party of obey me because I'm a Democrat. And that needs to change. Just over 50 years ago, they were the party of ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And they didn't like the fact that their party was turning that way, so JFK died. Johnson took power, and the rest is now history. We are now a country divided between people who actually believe in the rule of law and people who tout the rule of law but then break every law they can. So this is going to be one to watch. But I've talked long enough. Let me know what you think. Remember, keep it civil. We don't learn from argument. We learn from debate. As always, please remember to like and share the video, as well as to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you're among the first to know of all new content as it is posted. Until next time, everyone have a wonderful day.